Hello, everyone, and welcome to Evolve Yourself TV. I am Agni James, and today we're going to do some meditation. That's what we do here. That's the primary focus of these streams is meditation. We also do chess because I'm a chess instructor. We also discuss philosophy because I have a master's in philosophy and I love the subject. And we also do chakra balancing, a little bit of Doom Eternal, a little bit of Spider Solitaire. A lot of good stuff. So what's going on with everyone? How's everyone doing today? Ignorant, how you doing, friend? Good to see you. How's life with you? Hey, Herbert Smithens is here. What's going on? How you doing, man? What's new with you? Yeah, it's good to see you around. It's a Native American flute, Pons European flute. Owns the European flute. Yeah, Native American flutes are pretty cool, right? That's no joke. If you get that Native American flute out there, you're in good shape. Hey, JT Farms, my channel shaman. Hello, welcome. You are here. You're gonna help regulate the energy today, keep things in line, right? Good to see you, JT. What's going on with you? How's your day been? And then we got one slot. Oh, Joker Bravo here. Joker, otherwise known as Chad Guy. Now, I heard there was some drama, huh? There was some drama. You got your other account banned or something like that? Were you causing trouble? All right, Joker Bravo. I want to know what the details are of this situation, man. I know there was a lot of drama last time you were here. One Sluggy is here. Everyone say hi to One Sluggy. He is a streamer here on Twitch. He's in the fitness and health community video game, different video games he plays online. He's been doing these streams where he walks around the neighborhood, and I've been really on him. I've been trying to convince him to just start screaming like random gibberish when he's on these walks, like in these like quiet suburban neighborhoods. I think it would be so fucking entertaining. It would be the most amazing content if he was just walking around like, some quiet suburban neighborhood, like, on a peaceful day. The sun's coming down. It's like this beautiful, gorgeous day. People are out walking their dogs with their kids and everything. And then he just starts like screaming random gibberish. Like, you should have a channel point redemption for that, man. Like 20,000 channel points, and you'll just scream something like really ridiculous, like out in public. That would be like the most entertaining. That would be the most entertaining stream I think I've ever seen. You're gonna get tackled. I don't know, man. I don't know how that works. I mean, you are streaming though. You'd have footage of it. You'd have footage of the offender, right? Maybe you could extort some money from him. I don't know, dude. It just sounds funny to think. Like when I think of it in my head, it sounds funny though. All right, where else are we at here? Herbert Smithens, you say, Agni, you want a refund if you don't achieve nirvana within a week. Dude, I'm not good with time. When you gotta get to nirvana in a week, that's tough. That is really, really tough. I mean, I don't know. I've been working at this for a long time, and I'm still nowhere near there. So it's gonna be rough, man. I'll try my best. Use the tool of meditation. Also do yoga if you can. Roko Hemda, good to see you, man. How's it going? Welcome. How's life with you? I've known Roko Hemda since I was 5 years old. This guy comes out here and supports me. Like, what a good dude, He's put up with me for that long, since I was 5, Like, by the way, he was 40 and I was 5, so it was kind of weird, like a 5-year-old hanging out with a 40-year-old, but, that's just how it goes. He was actually my age, and he lived on the block right behind me. Joker Bravo, you said you didn't know this was a paid HBO event stream. Yeah, this is a paid stream, right? This is top quality content, and you all get it for free though. Welcome in. There are a lot of multi-million-dollar contracts that were signed before this stream went off tonight. I had to do about a month-long negotiation with HBO, and they're a bunch of fucking assholes, let me tell you.Okay, all right, where are we at here? Bluetooth. Herbert, you say a streamer has a Bluetooth speaker and people can play whatever audio they wanted on it for bits. Oh yeah, I mean you could do that, but then eventually if you you're gonna get canceled, right? DCMA is gonna come after you, right? I don't know. Rokohemda, you say you're not a good dude. You're here to get ammo to get me later. Whoa, I gotta be careful. About this Roko Hemda guy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, Joker. You say you're asking him. You're asking him. Was Iggy a jerk growing up? Okay, don't believe anything Roko Hemda says though. Just so you know. All right, maybe we should do some. Maybe JT, why are you all quiet? What's going on? Are you doing the dishes again? Last time you were talking about doing the dishes, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna do some meditation. All right, while you guys talk and figure out whether I'm a good guy or not, I'm gonna do a quick puzzle rush. We'll see how it goes. Roko, how do you say no? Just ridiculous. He used to eat a lot of leaves. Oh, am I the one? Am I the one that ate leaves? My buddy here, Roko Hemda, used to go around. He thought it was fine just to pull random leaves off bushes and trees and eat them. Like, that's not normal. That's not a normal behavior, but he thought it was perfectly cool. And he probably poisoned himself to a certain extent when he was a kid. JT, you say you're doing shit. Well, sometimes in life we do shit. I get it. All right, fair enough. You're multitasking. I can cut you a little bit of slack, but, I like to see you active. K-Rob is here. K-Rob, how is it going, friend? How are you doing? I just got that awesome picture. Of you that you sent me just recently. It's good you look happy. You look like you're having a good night. Well, I hope all is well with you. I hope you're living life to its fullest. I hope you're feeling all the excitement out of existence, right? How am I? I don't know how the fuck I am. I'm in the mood to play some Puzzle Rush. Let me play one Puzzle Rush, and then I'll tell you how I am. So let me load all this up, and then we'll get into more grave matters. All right, we're gonna do some Puzzle Rush. Those of you who don't know, Puzzle Rush is a 3-minute game on chess.com. You have to solve as many chess puzzles as you can in 3 minutes. They're usually checkmate puzzles, or they are win material puzzles, or they are pawn promotion puzzles. Some kind of puzzle that's going to give you an advantage. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this up. My best ever is 28, as you can see. This is my top score ever, 28. My best today is 26. The best one I've ever gotten on stream was 27. So let's see what I can do. Let's see what Agni James is ready to do today. All right, here we go. There's a checkmate. All right, checkmate. What's the deal here? Oh, take the rook. All right, come on. Fork, win the queen. I'll take it. Checkmate. And we have a check and a check and that. All right, looks beautiful. Mate in one. Checkmate. Guess just take the rook. No, something's off here. What am I missing? Oh, checkmate. Come on. I spent way too much time on that. That was ridiculous. That was way too much time on that. Like, that's going to be a problem. That's a major problem. All right, checkmate. Let's do it. Black to move. Oh, okay. Checkmate. Black to move. All right, what do we got going on here now? Oh, this is a cool. That and then checkmate. All right. I think we just power. No, we don't just power. Yeah, we power through. We power through because of the pin. That bishop cannot take because of the pin. That's an absolute pin, by the way. That's what it's called. White to move. All right. Let's see. What's the deal here? White to move. I'm not seeing this one. This is real ugly. I'm really not seeing it. Wow. All right, I just got to make a random move because I'm not seeing it, so I don't know. All right, I'll have to go back and look at that one later. What do we got here? Oh, fork. All right, win the bishop. Oh, no. I'm supposed to take the... I took the wrong way. All right. Let's see. This idea, and then checkmate. I don't know. I think this idea, right? And then we got this check, and then win the bishop. This idea, yep. And then attack the pin piece. Wait, and then take the pin piece. All right. Checkmate. Black to move. Checkmate. Check. Skewer fork the queen. Almost went the wrong way there. Oh no, I can't. Can I do that? Oh, this piece can't. This is a really weird one, actually. This is tough. This is causing me some issues right now. I think I got to do. No, that's not it either. Huh. Oh, this. Yeah, because I can come up here now. All right, all right, all right. 23. That's a good score. Okay, I got 23. Everyone should be happy now. Everyone should be happy. 23 is a solid score for Puzzle Rush. All right. So what's going on? What I miss in chat? Anything going on? Oh yeah, K-Rob, you asked how I'm okay. You know, I'm all right. Joker Bravo just got done cleaning your house. Nice. Nice. Feels good to be clean. Absolutely, man. Having a clean abode is super crucial. Like when my place is clean, when my place is like in tip-top shape, I feel good. I feel good about myself. And you walk around like I'm big into clean floors. I'm a really big like clean floor fanatic. So I'll spend a lot of time, cleaning my kitchen floor, my bathroom floors. I like all those floors like perfectly clean, like tiled floors, right? And like my test, when I'm done cleaning the floors, like I'll walk around it on a barefoot, right? And there cannot be a single piece of particulate that sticks to the bottom of my foot. If there is, it's like it's fucked. It's fucked. I got to re-clean the entire thing. I want my floors perfectly clean. All right. Yeah, it is. 23 is a good score. 23 is a good score, Herbert Smithens. Yeah, one sluggy 23 is nice. Like that's a solid score. I mean, my high is 28, but 20, I'll take a 23 any day. I mean, for streaming, because when I'm streaming, I'm distracted. I'm not like in the groove, and I'm not like warmed up and ready to go. Let's see. Rokem, do you say your place is a mess? Catch. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, right, dude. My place is a mess. You are full of shit, dude. You are absolutely full of shit about that. Okay. Maybe we should do some meditation now. JT, what do you think? Should we transition to the meditation part? And then I don't got to listen to Roko Hemda. I don't got to listen to him and his nonsense. What are we doing, JT? All right, maybe we should do this. Let's transition into meditation. Okay, so I always come out really intense, and I'm always full of energy and fire, right? Oh, you're still putting laundry away? You want me to wait then? You want me to wait? You're always doing laundry. You're always doing laundry. I was just getting into my segue. I had the nice segue, where I'm like talking about how intense I am, and that we go into the place of pure love, right? I like that. I like that one. You want? Okay, well we can wait. We can wait. That's fine. So, like, I don't know. What have people been thinking about? What have people been thinking about in their worlds lately? Like, what's on people's minds? I'm always interested, like, what's going on with people. Joker, you say it's annoying when you walk barefoot and step on a little crumb. It is, right? It's like, oh, I just got done meticulously cleaning my kitchen floor, and like now I'm walking on my floor, and like there's some like crumb that's like stepped on that's like stuck on the bottom of my foot. Like what the fuck is that? I don't want that. I don't want that in my house. I want my place clean. Like I want to be able to drop food on the floor and know that my floor is so clean that one could probably eat that food. Now, would I eat it? I mean, it depends what it is, obviously, but probably not, right? If it's like something like that's going to be like smeared on the floor. But, I mean, I want my floors clean, Okay, Rob, you say, yeah, wait, not yet. Oh, you want to wait for the Everyone wants me to wait for the meditation. Everyone wants me to wait. So we'll mate. We'll mate. We'll wait. We'll mate and wait, I guess. I guess that's what's going on here. This is the waiting game. All right. One second. Do you want to play, or do you want me to just play a random opponent? Like, what are you in the mood for? Or does someone else want to give it a shot? I mean, I'm cool with whatever. I can either play one sluggy, I can play a random opponent, or I can play someone else. Oh, you're not at PC right now. Herbert Smithens, you say, do you sometimes play that game for hours? I play chess for like crazy amounts of time. Well, I can say this. I can say two things. First of all, the last round of the Chicago Open in 2014, I played one game that lasted over 4.5 hours. One game. This was the big money game. This was the crucial game, and the game ended up going over 4.5 hours, right? So it was a crazy game. That was just one game. But I've played chess for like 8 hours before. I used to go to the chess clubs and play, all night there, and then go to someone's house and play more. I used to play tons. I don't play as much anymore, but I'm still playing all the time. Oh, you mean the puzzle game? No. I don't do that. I mean, I'd say I've played the puzzle. I've played Puzzle Rush like probably like maybe like half an hour, Maybe like half an hour. Yeah, half an hour sounds about right. Like 10 in a row, right? Then I've taken a break. But I'll play it a lot. Like in the morning when I'm working out, sometimes I'll be working out doing options trading, and then I'll play a puzzle rush, and then I'll go back. I'll do another set, then do a puzzle rush, and I'll like kind of switch things up and mix it up. Right? Got to keep things entertaining. What about poker? We actually talked about this the other day. Someone was mentioning poker. I don't play a ton of poker. I like poker. I think it's fun, but I don't play a ton. It's just something that I don't know a lot of people that are into poker now. I mean, there was a time in my life where I had a lot of friends that were huge into the poker scene, and we'd play. But nowadays, like it's tough to get a group of people together and get everything organized and all that. It's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. Euchre? Nah, I'm not a euchre guy. I'm not a euchre guy. K-Rob, are you a euchre girl? Herbert, you say sounds like the longest workout ever. Well, it kind of is, man. The way I work out is ridiculous. It's totally like it's hours. It's minimum 3 hours is the quickest I can get my workout done. But like it's like I'm working out and doing options trading and working out and doing puzzle rush and like I'll just keep switching back and forth. So it's like my muscle, if let's say I'm gonna do 2 sets of something, right? My muscles will have time to relax for a minute. I do like a 3-minute puzzle rush and then I come back and do the next set. And then I'm like doing options trading, and then I'm doing curls or doing pull-ups or something. Like everything, it's just like a good combination of stuff to get in there. I like to mix and match. I don't want to just be doing one thing. I like to mix and match with my workout routines. All right, let's see. Joker Bravo, you say, do you think the world would be a better place if everyone spoke their minds? Wow. And that's a really, really interesting question for me. It's a very interesting question for me. It's actually something that I dealt with. I'm in the middle of the debate, about it. There was a time in my life where I absolutely thought the world would be a better place if everyone did speak their mind. But then I started speaking my mind and I pissed off a lot of people. And I have some friends that I'm no longer friends with anymore because they were pissed. They got pissed off, right? I said some things that were not that were honest, but were not something they wanted to hear. I wasn't following the familiar pattern that I normally live by, right? Normally we all have like behavior traits and like patterns of behavior that we typically exhibit, right? And we act differently around different people, right? And so one day I was like, what would happen if I was just completely open and honest with everyone about everything? I'm going to go that route. I'm going to try that out for a while. And it created a fucking storm, let me tell you. It wasn't just a storm, it was goddamn 10 times Hurricane Katrina coming through. It fucking completely disheveled like my whole world basically. But it's something that's needed to be checked out, right? It's important to wonder to see if people should be totally honest and honest with one another, or if they should fucking be lying, should lie and conceal things and hide stuff, right? So it's kind of a crazy situation. I mean, so in retrospect, I think everyone who was involved in it learned a lot, so that was a good thing. I've developed some really strong friendships because of it, because people who are very much into open, honest communication were like really respected and gravitated towards me. And then I also lost some friends though, so it was messy. It was messy. I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm left with not knowing. I feel like I'm asking better questions and I have a better understanding of the issue, but it's still kind of touch and go. All right, let's see. Herbert, you say you used to work out a lot. You hurt your leg once during yoga because yoga was your last workout that day, so your muscles were weak, and they gave up. You gave up before my mind in one of the warrior poses. Oh yeah, okay, all right. You hurt your leg, dude. You can, that's one thing people don't always realize. You can hurt your leg or hurt your body in any fucking exercise. Like no matter what sport you're playing, no matter what you're doing, you can hurt yourself. In yoga, I've hurt myself many times in yoga actually. It's tough. It's tough to always be on and like not hurting yourself when you're doing it, right? All right. I think I missed a couple things in chat. Oh, Rokohemda, you say Erin still does poker nights. You think she just had kiddo number 2? Oh, cool, interesting, nice, good for her. Yeah, I didn't know she had that kid yet. Awesome, and she still does poker nights. So, well, that's kind of neat. Okay. Let's see. K-Rob, you say remember the poem you wrote called Transparency? Yes, no, maybe. The poem, hold on a second. Oh, the poem you wrote called Transparency. Yes, no, maybe. You can share it when you're better prepared. Dude, put it on my Discord. Put it on my Discord. Here. You can go sign up for Discord, and you can go, and I have a poetry section. You can post your poem in there, and then people can come check it out, or clean it up first and do it, right? It's just a nice thing to check out. Okay, let's see. Joker, you say makes relationships more intimate. That's another thing about open, honest communication. It absolutely makes relationships more intimate, right? Think about what happens when two people are completely open and honest with one another, like what they're truly feeling inside, right? They can be more sensitive to that person, right? They can be more sensitive to their needs. They can help that person in ways they wouldn't have been able to if they didn't have the full data set, right? The full information about how the person was feeling. Hey, look a fork. Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. But yeah, so open, honest communication can definitely make relationships more intimate, but it can also make people upset, right? It can make people be at each other's throats more, or someone could be offended more easily, right? If you hold back what you're truly feeling, it might make for a boring day, right? Then you and the person are just like sitting around, chatting. But if you express how you truly feel and it's something that they don't like, then all of a sudden you might have some confrontation, right? But I think we have to be okay with the confrontation. Let's see. Herbert, you say, how many days a week do I do yoga? Well, I do it every morning, but it's not like a full set. Like I mix it in with like weightlifting and with crunches and with core stuff, like just like random stuff. I do a lot of stretching too, just like basic stretching stuff I got from physical therapists and stuff over the years. But then I also do let's see. I also go to Bikram yoga 3 times a week on average, but the last couple of weeks it hasn't been that much because I've had some low back pain that I've been dealing with. All right, Joker, you say you always felt it's better to be yourself instead of playing a part. Yeah, I mean, that's the big question. That's the big question in life, and that's for everyone to decide for themselves, right? If you are yourself, and you have an abrasive personality, you might piss off a lot of people. You probably will piss off people, right? Or if you speak your mind and you're just very blunt about it and you're going to say it like it is, right? You might piss off people, but then some people, like that. Some people respect that, right? So it's tough. It's really tough. I mean, I went from a state where I didn't speak my mind that much. I was much more reticent. I was very reluctant to express my thoughts and feelings sometimes about certain things if I thought it would make the situation uncomfortable or make the other person feel like insecure or whatnot or shocked or something. So like I held back. I used to hold back all the time, but then that shit kind of just bottled up inside of me, and then I ended up erupting. With like total open, honest communication. I went to the other extreme, right, and then. I pissed off some people, but then I made some close friends. I don't know. It's just something that everyone has to decide on their own, I think. All right. By the way, I like the name. Hey, look a fork. I'm a chess player, so I definitely dig that. Welcome in. Let's see. Hey, look a fork. You say you lift 3 times a week. You take a lot of vitamin D and MSM. If you can get to the gym chat, you should. Start with compound lifts, keep it up, and you'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's good advice. I think that's absolutely good advice, right? You do that kind of stuff, you're gonna be healthy. You're gonna be healthy and strong. It's tough though. It's tough to get the motivation. Like I don't go to gyms. I work out here. I work out in my home. But like I also go to the yoga studio because I can't make my place 105 degrees. I do a Bikram yoga, which is Hatha yoga, 26 postures from Hatha yoga. That's done in a 105 degree Fahrenheit yoga studio, 90-minute class, right? So I do that typically 3 times a week. So that's like the one place I'll go to work out. Other than that, I typically just work out here, though. All right, where else are we at in chat? Joker, you say to K. Rob, can you write an epic erotic novel with Mr. James as your main character? All right, things are getting spicy. Things are getting a little bit spicy now. All right, it's kind of a funny question, but I like it. JT, you say, it was over 100 degrees today, so you had to wait till it cooled down to finish your laundry. Over 100 degrees? Wow, that's intense. You Californians with your 100-degree weather. I like it. I'm sure you were sweating. And loving that heat. Joker, you're starting hot yoga. Awesome. I swear by it. I love hot yoga. By the way, traditionally it was called Bikram yoga, but there was a bunch of controversy around Bikram, the founder of it. So now they typically have shied away from using the name Bikram, so they call it hot yoga. But it's still pretty much the same thing. But yeah, it's definitely helped me on every level of my life. Like I have more flexibility, I have more strength, better stamina. It's a great detox because you just sweat everything out of your body, like all the impurities, all the toxins in your body. You just sweat out. You let it go. So it's like a great way, a great release. A great release of all that garbage that builds up in your body. Let's see. Hey, look at Fork. You say you love to cook and to gang juicers with the night. That's intense. That's intense. I mean, the night is the forking piece. The night is the forking piece. And I like that you're using the term juicers. Are you a Hikaru? Are you a Hikaru fan? GM Hikaru is one of my favorite streamers, actually. And I like hanging out in his stream. And he uses the term juicer. I think he got it from XQC. But he uses it for chess pieces, and I always think it's funny when he does. Herbert, you say you like cardio fork. Swiss R, Raiden with a party of 5. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Hello, friend. Swiss R is a phenomenal streamer here on Twitch. I'll give him a shout out right now. He has 2 channels, Swiss R and fitness_yoga. Check him out. Drop him a follow. He does these amazing travel streams in Switzerland, and you can check out these beautiful scenic landscapes, and everything's so picturesque and wonderful. And they have architecture, incredible architecture. Like he was showing one day, I remember he was showing like a church from like the 16 or 1700s. Like these old school churches, and it was beautiful and wonderful. He's also a really awesome, authentic, genuine dude. Check him out. Drop him a follow. You won't be disappointed. How's it going, Swiss? What were you streaming? What were you streaming today? Was this the I know you sent me that thing on Discord. You said you were going to be doing a collab. Was that what you were just streaming right now? Let's see. Where else are we in chat? Oh, K-Rob, you say, is Jim Mr. James? All right. Well, yeah, welcome in, everyone. By the way, hey, look at Fork, you say, I am from Wyoming. I have been out to East Coast a couple times and bagged a load of blue crabs. They taste great. Cool. But yeah, anyways, those of you who came over with Swiss's stream, I'm Agni James, and what I typically stream guided meditations. That's the main thing I stream. Other than that, I also stream chess because I'm a chess instructor, and I also stream philosophy because I have a master's in analytic philosophy, and I love talking about philosophy of mind, philosophy of science, and metaphysics. So if you're into any of those things, you can check it out. And we're also doing some chakra balancing. So we've been going through this book, The Sevenfold Journey, Reclaiming Mind, Body, and Spirit Through the Chakras. And we've been working on the root chakra. We're on the first chakra right now. I think we're just about finishing it up. So yeah, we're going to probably do some more of that as well. Swiss R, you say you were streaming some hours ago. Yeah. Oh, you did. It was hours ago. All right. Then you were dancing till 5 a.m. Whoa. Dancing till 5. Man, you're always up, man. I thought you said you were going to start getting some sleep, dude. You got to get some sleep. Man. And now showing the city waking up with sunrise. Ooh, beautiful. That's a beautiful, man. You live in a beautiful place. It's awesome to be grateful and to live in such a beautiful location, man. I went for a walk tonight just around my neighborhood, and it was nothing spectacular. No, it's just you're walking around, you're looking at houses and shit. It's like this isn't great. This isn't incredible, But when you go out, man, you have mountains. You have mountains in your backyard, basically. You have beautiful bodies of water, man. You have a good place to check it out. Joker, you say maybe you should just stream the streets of Chicago. Exactly, right? I should just go to the west side of Chicago and just start streaming, like walking down the street. And I guarantee what will happen is I will get robbed and shot if I go to certain locations. But it would make for great content, right? And like the last thing you'd see, I'd probably be like, oh shit, and like I just get shot in the head or something. Yeah, it's pretty crazy in Chicago's west side right now. You don't want to certain not the whole west side obviously, but certain portions of the west side. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there right now, especially on like a Saturday night. Yeah, it's not what you want to do. All right. Oh, Herbert, you said you meant Jefferson City, Wyoming. Okay, cool. Jeffrey City. Let's see. And then Swiss R, you say you were doing that yesterday, also dancing till 4:30, man. Well, when are you gonna get sleep, dude? You got to get sleep. If you're not getting sleep, man, your body's not gonna heal. You're not gonna feel good. You're not gonna feel like recharged, man. You can't function forever. I once tried like functioning on no sleep for a long time. It didn't end well, man. It was not a good experience. Joker, you say just wear a vest or something. Yeah, I mean, I could, and the thing is, to be honest, there's, a lot of places, like the places that sell dope, if you're just like a white dude and you come into that area, they won't attack you. They won't shoot you. They won't like rob you. And the reason being is because they know that you have money that you're going to be, giving them to buy heroin, right? So like they literally protect the people that are coming in to buy heroin. It's kind of fucked up, right? These are like some places on like the south side or the west side that deal out dope, right? So there's some places I could go to. I could probably walk around. It would be, but it's dangerous as fuck. I wouldn't, and especially like at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. Hell no, I wouldn't do that. But it would make for good content. Just like one sluggy, like going around his area and screaming this random stuff. That would make for good content. Okay. Hey, look at Fork. You say yes. You hear the mountains. You hear the mountains in your backyard. See, I bagged a pronghorn last week. There were super pretty mountains in the background. You were super happy to get the fastest land animal in the world. My family will eat on this for a few months. You guys should come out here. That's intense, man. That's intense. There's like a lot. You're saying a lot, man. You got a lot going on. First day in the chat, I respect that you got a lot to say. We protect people from the lions in Wyoming. Now this is a new thing. Now we got lions. We got lions in Wyoming now. That's something I'm pretty sure doesn't exist. You can't imagine protecting other humans. That sounds unfortunate. Well, here's the thing. I've gotten into debates with my friend. Oh, mountain lions. Okay, all right. I thought you were talking about like the king of the jungle, the lion. It's a little bit different, right? King, like a big roaring lion, right? King of the jungle, like the stereotypical lion that you see like in like the video footage from Africa, right? I know there's still apex predators. I have gotten in debates though about whether or not I could take down like cougars or take down panthers and things like that with like a friend. So like a friend and I were talking. I think I could take down like not a baby, but an adolescent panther. Like I think whichever, either male or female, whichever one is more docile. Like I don't know if the male is more docile or the female is more docile, but like one that it just progressed from being a baby to like adolescence. Like I think I could take it down. I think it would be a good match. It would be a good fight. Like I'm talking no weapons, just hand-to-hand combat. I don't know if this is the case. But I have a lot of faith in myself. I could not. Even when that's just like, what about a baby? I mean, come on. Surely you would have to admit that I could take out a baby panther, right, or a baby cougar. I mean, even a baby. Come on. I could take down a baby. All right, Joker Bravo. You say, unfortunately, you live in a dirty city. LA. Our site attractions are trash. And saw a used condom on the fine. Dude, LA is like Chicago, man. LA is like Chicago. It's not exactly a pretty city to live in, right? I mean, sure, LA's bigger, but Chicago's got more murders. So they're not pretty cities. You guys got more smog. We have more murders, right? But there are some good things. I have some friends that live out in the LA area, and they definitely say that there's some good, a good music scene, right? You got a good music scene out there. Chicago's got good museums. You guys got Hollywood out in that area, right? So you got some good stuff. Herbert, you say if you have 5 dogs, each with different skills like hunting and defense, then it will be like they are my Pokemons. Yeah, right? You have those dogs out in front of you to like protect you. Like that would be interesting, right? You and 5 dogs versus like what about an adult male cougar? Right? Could you and 5 dogs? I think but I guess it would depend on the kind of dog, right? But you and 5 like good like hunting dogs, like good dogs that are like well trained. I think you and 5 dogs could take down an adult male cougar like no problem, right? I think that's reasonable, right? Let's see. Hey, look for you say they're all teeth anger range. Yeah. Yes, I could also kill a baby golden retriever. Yeah, right. You could kill a baby golden retriever. But we're not talking about golden retrievers. We're talking about cougars, man. Okay, and I'm not talking about a baby. I'm not talking about an adult, but I'm not talking about a baby. I'm talking about one that's like intermediate strength, like in between an adult and baby, like maybe like just past the baby range. I mean, there's going to be a critical level where like hand to hand, I could take it out, but then if I wait another like month, the thing would be able to like take me out, right? There's going to be like a point in development is what I'm saying. And I think that's the level I need to shoot for. I need to find a cougar that's like right at that level where I could take it out at. All right. Joker Bravo, you say, would you consider making a yoga tier list? What do you mean by yoga? Like different poses, that I think are beneficial in yoga? I mean, that's something that I think is cool. Or do you mean like different styles of yoga? Because I do practice Bikram yoga, which is 26 postures from the Hatha yoga set. So Hatha yoga has 81 postures. So Bikram took 26 postures from the set of 81 postures in the Hatha yoga set. And then he said, do them twice in a studio that's 105 degrees. And that's what Bikram yoga, that's where that came from. So I do Hatha yoga. I also do Vinyasa flow and power Vinyasa. And then those are they're pretty similar. And then I do Yin yoga. Yin yoga is cool because Yin yoga, the poses are less intense, but you hold them for long periods of time. Like you might have to do like a 5-minute pigeon pose or like, a 10-minute frog pose or stuff like that, right? So it's crazy. It's like, it's easy to do like a pose for like a short period of time, but try doing it for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. All of a sudden things get more difficult, right? Hatha yoga can be really intense. Certain postures can be really intense, especially in the 105-degree heat. You're sweating, you're working out really hard, like holding standing head to knee, right? So standing head to knee, you're balancing on one foot. Right? I'm not gonna. You're out like this, balancing on one foot, and you're holding your foot. You're holding your foot, and your head is going down to your knee. Your head is going down to your knee, and you're sitting there holding it. Hey, Kyrie Aegis, how's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. Party of 6, much appreciated. Kyrie is an awesome streamer here on Twitch. If you haven't dropped them a follow, definitely check them out. They're a VTuber here, the only VTuber I actually know, and it's pretty awesome. I've learned a lot from hanging out there. And Kyrie does long streams. Like Kyrie, you were streaming like a long time today. I was just lurking for a while, but I think like you were streaming like 9 hours or something wild like that. It was impressive. Like, I mean, if I do 3 hours, it's crazy for me. Like, but you were streaming forever, man. It's good that you had that. All right, and by the way, those of you who came in with Kyrie, I'm Agni James, and I run guided meditations here on Twitch. I also am a chess instructor, so I do chess lessons and I play games and do Puzzle Rush and things like that on here. And I also have a master's in analytic philosophy, so we discuss philosophy of mind, philosophy of science, and metaphysics. Those are the 3 areas that I really like and like to delve into. So we do all that kind of stuff. We're also doing chakra balancing right now. So we're going through the book The Sevenfold Journey, Reclaiming Mind, Body, and Spirit Through the Chakras. And we're trying to cleanse our chakras. We're trying to get things in alignment. We're currently working on the root chakra. But how was your stream, Kyrie? What did you do? 12 hours and 30 minutes. Whoa. That's wild. That is wild. I have never streamed anywhere near that long. Nowhere near that long. The longest I've ever streamed is like 4.5 hours. Or maybe it was like close to 5 hours. But I've never done anything near 12 hours. That's crazy. How did you handle that? like how many glasses of water did you drink? Did you take stretching breaks? Did you get up and move around a little bit? That's intense. I respect that though. Let's see. Where else were we in chat? Oh, Herbert, you were saying we're talking about happy baby pose. Yeah, you said people fart sometimes when they do happy baby. I mean, yeah, any of those. There's a lot of yoga poses that if you do, you might release some gas, right? You got to try to hold it in though if you're in the studio. You did Fortnite 12 hours long. Wow, a 12-hour long Fortnite stream. That's amazing. That's cool though. It's cool that you're willing to do it. That you actually can do it. That's awesome. That's a long time. All right. Well, I'm gonna fill up my water. And then I think we're going to jump into some meditation. Well, hold on. JT, are you ready? Are you ready for some meditation? What's your deal? I got to fill up my water, though. All right. So I'm going to put some lime in the water, too. put lime and lemon in your water, and then we're going to do a guided meditation. This is going to be a powerful meditation, so stay tuned. I will be right back. Hello, everyone. You can hear me now. You can hear me. All right. Well, you know, that happens sometimes on stream. That happens. It's part of the show. It's part of the show. I hope everyone, you know, it's like I get you excited because then you're like, hey, what's he saying? What's he talking about? All I was saying that whole time is that I hate the world and that this is my last stream. But now, because none of you heard that, I actually can retract all that and just go on from there. Sorry about that. But that happens. It's part of it's part of the deal. It's part of the deal. All right. Okay. Well, that was a good 2 minutes of intenseness. I'm not going to repeat what I said. So if I already answered your question, you're going to have to be a lip reader. You're going to have to read my lips. All right. Okay, we got it though. I'm back. Everyone, we're good though. We're good. Let's do a puzzle rush. Let's keep the momentum going. We're gonna do a puzzle rush. All right. Let's see if I can get another one in the 20s. So puzzle rush, the highest I've gotten in puzzle rush is 28. The last time I got a score of 23. I got to solve as many chess puzzles as I can in a 3-minute period. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's do this. Let's see how many I can. Let's see if I can get in the 20s again. All right. And we got a checkmate. And we have, oh, wait, what's the deal here? There's that. What am I missing here? Hold on, I'm missing something. I think I gotta come back. No, I don't know. Hold on, that was ridiculous. All right, I missed something really easy there right off the bat. So we're gonna go from this. All right, so check there. All right, let's do. These early ones are actually messing with me today for some reason. Okay. There's this mate. And we have this and that. There we go. All right, we're starting to get the rhythm a little bit. White to move. Throw this over here. There we go. Check. And mate. 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 Soon. We need to do this. And then, oh, we win the queen. Flat out. All right. That. And then I take here because the king can't catch that pawn. That's a cool one. All right. Mate. Oh. All right. I didn't realize I had 2 pieces on it. So I guess this and then that. Cool. Let's see. What's the deal here? Oh, yeah. There's this check right there. That's a cool check. Mate. I think you sidestep, yeah. Sidestep for the mate. There we go, mate. Now take, remove the defender, and then I get this, and then I take with the knight, and I get the rook. All right, that's a good one. That was a fun one. All right, there's that, and oh yeah, that's a little sneaky, and then this. All right, cool. Oh, come on. All right, what's the deal here? What's the deal? This, I think this is winning. No, because yeah, this should be winning. All right, there we go. That's good. Everything's working out according to plan. All right, and I'm not muted this time anymore, which is good too. So, oh, this is good. Sack the queen. You got to sack the queen sometimes. Remember that. Remember that in life. In life, sometimes one must sack the queen. Mate. All right. Look at that. And then I'll take like this. Wait, can I take with both pieces? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever, it worked. Oh, all right. Come on. Here we go. We got this idea. And then pick up the bishop. Get out of here, knight. All right. Oh, okay, 23. 23. All right, I matched my my score from last time I played on stream. So that's pretty good. I can handle 23. I'm not going to cry myself to sleep at night. Okay, so that worked. Hey, Infinity, how's it going? Oh, thank you so much for the raid. I didn't even know a raid came through. I was so engrossed in Puzzle Rush, I didn't even see it. Infinity is a phenomenal streamer on Twitch. There's Dane, and then there's the Twin Flames. They are partners in crime. They stream fitness streams. They do all sorts of stuff. The whole variety of physical health, and they also deal with emotional health too, and things like that. So definitely check them out. Drop them a follow. How was your stream tonight? How was everything in your stream? What kind of stuff were you doing today? Were you doing any yoga or anything like that? We're going to actually start a meditation in just a minute or so, just a couple of minutes. I've been trying to get the meditation back on. Let's see. Doing great. Had a great workout. Awesome. All right. You had a good workout. Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Those of you who don't know me, I am Agni James, and I'm a streamer here on Twitch, obviously. I stream mostly guided meditations because meditation is super important to keep calm and centered and just to have an overall better quality of life, right? Meditation's been around, 10,000 years. It wouldn't be around that long if it didn't have major benefits. And I also stream chess because I'm a chess instructor. That's what I do for a living. And I also stream philosophy, which is like metaphysics, philosophy of mind, and philosophy of science, because I have a master's in analytic philosophy, and I love sharing philosophy, talking philosophy. Anything philosophy related is is definitely something that I enjoy. So yeah, so thank you so much, you Kyrie and Infinity for the raids. I totally appreciate it. Let's see. Herbert, you say, do you have blurbs for all the fitness streamers memorized? You mean no, not really. No, not really. I basically I go to people's streams and I see what they have there. I see what they're doing, and then I check it out, and then I add new stuff or subtract stuff, right? Depending on that. I don't memorize like a bunch of different stuff. It's just basically I know these are people that I know. These are like good people that I know. Typically, the people that come to this stream are very authentic and genuine in their own right, and most of them are concerned about their health. And those are some of the most important things to me: our physical, mental, and emotional health. Right? We need to be in good shape. Whoa! Aristotle is rating with a party of 13. Much appreciated, friend. Totally appreciated. I had the privilege and the honor of hanging out in Aristotle's stream. Just recently. Dulles, I'm going to butcher the name, Dallas Sophalis. I like it though, Palace. Anyways, Aristotle is a great streamer here on Twitch. He has a PhD in philosophy, super authentic, awesome dude. He's also in the metal. He's just a very genuine, down-to-earth guy. And the thing I like about him the most is that whatever you say in chat, you come in and he's gonna treat you with respect and dignity. He's totally a kind human being, and he's also pretty damn smart too. So check them out. What did you guys end up talking about? When I was in there earlier, we were talking about the LSAT and how standardized tests can discriminate and things like that. What did you guys end up? What direction did you guys end up going in? All right, so this is great. On Slim Jim Pickens, much appreciated for the follow. Thank you so much. The two people that followed, and so I'm super grateful. And then Val Poke, welcome in. I'm Agni James. I've actually just got done saying this like 2 times recently because this is like the 3rd raid, like all in like a very short time. It was pretty wild actually. But like I'm Agni James. Hello, welcome to my stream. Typically here I stream guided meditations because meditation is super important for your mental and emotional well-being. It helps keep us centered. It can help de-escalate situations. It's just good for introspection, for self-reflection, all those things, right? And then I have a master's in analytic philosophy, so I stream philosophy talks where we discuss philosophy of mind, philosophy of science, and metaphysics. And then I also am a chess instructor, so I do chess lessons, and I teach, and I play games on here. I play chess games on here, and I do Puzzle Rush on here, and just random chess stuff. And then, I mix it up. I did like a Doom Eternal stream recently, too, and we've been going through the Sevenfold Journey, and we've been talking about cleansing our chakras and actually working to cleanse our chakras. So this is Sevenfold Journey, reclaiming mind, body, and spirit through the chakras. And we've been going through this book. We're working on the root chakra right now. It's what we're going to do some of that later. Hey, Herbert Smithens, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Much appreciated, friend. I hope you're doing well. Okay. All right. So now, where are we? That was a lot going on. Infinity say, wow, everyone loves you. Yeah, three streams in such a short period of time. I don't think that's ever happened to have three raids. I mean, within like a 5-minute period. That was pretty intense. Yeah. I mean, Kyrie, holy shit is right. That's intense. That's a lot. I'm super grateful to all you. Kyrie, you say triple raid, first me then. Infinity, and now you, Aristotle. Yeah, it's great. Aristotle, you said, we ended up talking about science fiction and horror books, and then a bit about Eastern versus Western philosophy, but you don't have enough knowledge about Eastern philosophy. That's the one thing with the analytic philosophy tradition in the U.S., and in England, right? We know it's like we know everything there is to know about Western philosophy, but like we don't really go into like into Buddhism, into other Eastern philosophical ideas and whatnot, right? We don't really do that as much, right? So that's kind of stuff you got to pick up on your own, right? And then there's also continental philosophy that I really get no exposure to except like the basic stuff. Like I'm just rereading The Rebel right now. This is Camus. Those of you who it's a solid read. Aristotle, have you read this? It's just a solid read. He starts off by talking about the absurd and goes into the notion of what it means for one to rebel, and what it means for one to and the difference between rebellions and revolutions, and the difference between someone who's rebelling for their own individual freedom as opposed to someone rebelling for metaphysical freedom, right? Like a whole group of people rebelling for like metaphysical freedom, right? It's kind of neat. It's kind of a good book. I recommend it to anyone who has an interest in that kind of stuff. All right, so where the fuck are we now in chat? All right, let's see. Joker, you say so. Aristotle is basically the opposite of Evolve Yourself TV. James just yells at me. I do. I'm good at yelling at people. Aristotle is like, he's like water. He's like water, I'm like fire. I mean, Eris is water, right? And Agni, or if you want to pronounce it like they do in the East, Agni is fire. He's literally the king of the fire gods, empowered by Taki, whose supreme wisdom burns all delusion. And so here's the thing about Agni, right? Agni would go around as one of the kings of the fire gods, and he would basically he would tell people the shit like it is. He'd be like, all right, here's some truths that are going to make you feel really uncomfortable and make you reevaluate how you look at the world. And it was not pleasant. It was not a pleasant experience for all the people who came into contact with him, because they were like, dude, this guy's like fucking killing my buzz. I mean, he's making me re-question my foundational belief set. Like, what the fuck, man? This is a lot of work. I was just happy drinking beer and watching football every Sunday, and now I gotta fucking, delve into the existential angst of my being. Like, dude, can this guy chill out? But here's the deal. If you stuck with Agni, eventually he would, and I'm not talking about me, obviously, I'm talking about the fucking, the real Agni. If you stuck with him, eventually he'd bring you through delusion into truth, right? He'd burn away all the delusion, right? So I kind of view him as like a philosopher, right? A philosopher, or like someone who's willing to speak it as it is, right? And so that's kind of like how I try to live my life. I try to be as open and honest as possible. And some people don't like that honesty. Some people fucking are totally turned off. They're like, dude, this guy's gonna really say that. This guy's like fucking intense and too much for me, right? I can't handle. I don't want to hear the truth. I want to just get drunk and watch football. Please leave me the fuck alone, right? But that's kind of where I'm at. Infinity, you say it's wild because you've got great content. Well, thank you so much appreciated, and your content is spectacular as well. I love what you do. I love how you do it. You have such a calm, peaceful vibe about you. Like, I always come off really intense, and then we slow things down and go to the place of peace and love that exists at the core of our being. And the reason I like to do that, the reason I like to show that contrast of like the real intense, Agni James, and the one that goes into capital T truth in my heart and shares that love with the world, is because in life you have to be intense sometimes, right? And I was talking about this the other day. Like, if you're like out in traffic, if you're like driving in the city, if you're like in by a big city, like if I'm driving in Chicago and I'm not like alert and I'm not like fucking ready to go and like ready to slam on my brakes and do some crazy shit, bikes are coming everywhere. You got like fucking crackheads walking in front of you. I once had a prostitute throw herself in my windshield. It was crazy. It's like, what do you do? It's like, dude, I'm like, I was at a stop sign. I just stopped at a stop sign. She just like fucking jumps up on my windshield. She's laying on my windshield. I'm like honking. I'm like, hey, get off my windshield. And she's like laying on my windshield. Like, you have to be ready to fucking go, right? You have to be ready to go. But at the end of the day, you come home and you relax in the place of perfect peace within. And you find your center point and you remember who you truly are. And you remember what's truly important to you. And you share that love with the world. So my main point is that it can be done. You can live in the world in this hectic, crazy, sped up world that's totally, as far away from our natural state as possible. You can live in that world, but you can still come back home to that place of love within you whenever you want. And that's so important for us, right? We need to be able to remember that, right? Because we get so caught up in daytime drama, and the whole world is basically, one giant, bait click, like clickbait thing, right? You're just, clicking on everything. It's like, oh, I'm gonna like buy into this person's ego dynamics. I'm gonna buy into this person's fear. I'm gonna buy into this person's insecurities. I'm gonna buy into this other thing, right? And it's like, at the end of the day, we have everything we need within us to be perfectly happy. We have that within us. We don't need to buy into any system that someone's trying to sell you. If someone's trying to sell you a system, it's because they can profit from it. They can make money from it. If someone's trying to sell you something, like, you gotta be really careful whether you want to accept it or not, right? Whether you want to buy into what they believe. There are some pernicious views out there, right? But if someone's just coming to you from a place of peace and love, then those are the kind of people, at least personally, that I would want to associate with, right? I'd want to associate with the people that are working hard to help the world, not the people that are trying to sell you some I don't know, some hair care product or something, because they say if you lose your hair, your wife's gonna fucking divorce you and leave you, and you're gonna be left miserable, right? That's what they want to sell you. They want to sell you that kind of stuff. I don't sell that. I sell tools to enable the individual to find love and peace within themselves, and it's free. I give it away. I give away what I have, because that's the cool thing about something that comes from a place of truth and love. You can just give it away, and you don't lose it. Things in the phenomenal world, I can't do the distinction between the noumenal and the phenomenal realms, right? The phenomenal world is the sensor world, the world of experience, right? Of things we can touch and taste and smell, right? The world, in that world, in the phenomenal world, if you give someone something, you lose it, right? It's gone. It's like if I'm like, hey, I have a car, I'm going to give you my car, and then my car's gone, right? And so you're losing something, right? But it's not the case. It's not the case if what you're trying to give is an idea, right? If it's an idea and it helps promote peace and love and wellness, and I share that idea with someone, we both benefit, we both gain, and there's something synergistic about the effect of two people gaining. Like, it's like you get a sum total that's way greater than just each individual person gaining. It's kind of like there's like an emergent property almost that kind of is manifest, that is made manifest when two people commune in a spiritual experience, when they both feel that perfect love within themselves, and they can share that with each other, right? There's something different about that, and that's what I try to give. Okay. Let's see. Where else are we in chat? Slim Jim Pickens. You say, oh yeah, to Aristotle. Everyone's got a specific rabbit hole. You held your own, bro. Yeah. All right. Kyrie, you say you're also heading to bed though. Cool. All right. Well, thank you again for the raid. I hope all was well. You had over 12 hours, man. That's intense. My favorite VTuber, Kyrie. Check them out. Drop them a follow. They just did a 12.5-hour stream. That's pretty intense. Eris, what's the longest you've ever streamed, man? I've never streamed anywhere near 12.5 hours. Kyrie, you say, whoa, 32 people in chat. Amazing. Yeah, it's a good group. We have a good group of people. Everyone's hanging out, having a good time. We're gonna do some meditation real soon. But that's how it goes. And Aristotle, you say you're like diarrhea. You do. You're a talker. But sometimes some of the stuff you spew out has tremendous value. And I don't mean just like instrumental value. Like its ontological status is that it exists, and it has actual truth to it. I want a capital T truth, maybe not though. Who knows, right? All right. Let's see. Iwaka Sana, you say, how does one deal with self-hatred, or if not that extreme, but the lack of self-love? Now that's one of the most difficult questions you can ask. That's incredibly difficult. So let's say someone self-loathes themselves. They loathe themselves, right? They have a self-loathing. They have self-hatred. They just have no self-love. It's going to be really difficult, to be like, hey, you should love yourself, and then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna love myself, and then they love themselves, and then end of story, right? No. If someone if I'm I know I've struggled with this. I can't tell you what you need to do with other people or how maybe can help you, but I can tell you from my own experience. Like, there have definitely been times in my life where I've been really down on myself. So I'm a perfectionist. Like I'm like a ridiculous perfectionist, So like, to the point where when I was, like in third and fourth grade, if I got like 99 out of 100, I would fucking, on like a test, in school, I would lose my shit. I would lose my fucking shit. I would be so pissed that I missed one question, and I would just fucking like be like smashing stuff and so angry, and I would like hate myself. It was like insane, right? It's insane. Like, I don't know anyone else who gets like a 99 out of 100 and is like ready to murder the world, right? That's how I felt. But like, and so like, those feelings like, have come and gone over the years. But the main thing I've tried to do is realize that, hey, we're all here. We're all, we all have to experience the human condition, and the human condition is not easy. It's not easy to live as a human being. I mean, we don't have the full set of data so we can ever like actually know what's truly going on, around us. We can like know some things. We can know some basic things, like, but we can't know everything about everything. We're not omniscient, right? And then B, life is just rough. Some of us don't have food to eat. Some of us are starving to death. I mean, it's crazy the stuff we have to go through. And then there's terrible things that happen. Look at the Holocaust, right? There's crazy shit that happens, right, on this planet. And it's people, hating on one another, right? So we're all here. We're all trying to make it. At the end of the day, what's the one thing that everyone wants? Everyone just wants to fucking be happy. Everyone wants happiness, right? Everyone wants, and no one knows how to get it. No one really knows how to get it. Aristotle was showing a cool presentation the other day about the correlation between money and happiness, right? And there's some evidence in that latest study, the one that you showed from 2021 Killingsworth. There was some evidence there that shows that that hey, the more money people make, the happier they get. But prior to the original study that was done, I think like 10 years, 20 years prior, that said that it plateaued around 75,000. But anyways, some people think money. Some people go off to live on mountaintops, right? Some people are living on mountaintops and just taking vows of silence and just sitting there and just experiencing nature from the top of a mountaintop and living their lives up there. And they seem to be like pretty fucking happy a lot of times. Some people like think that just getting drunk and watching football is gonna make them happy, and that's it. That's the only thing that makes them happy. Everyone's tries different routes to try to become happy, right? And if you have some success at a certain pathway, you're gonna go off into that more. So I try to remember that, hey, we're all just people. We all just want to be happy. And it's tough though. It's tough. And if we can't succeed one day, if we feel like self-loathing or self-hatred, then we just got to be okay with it. We just got to accept the fact that, hey, you know what, we're not going to be perfect every day, and then we work at it, and we try to, you can like think reaffirming thoughts. I think it was Twin Flames actually. You said recently that hey, sometimes our images of ourselves they don't line up with reality, right? Like sometimes we're too hard on ourselves, and our self-image is not correct. Like we could do 99 positive good things, and we do one wrong thing or make one mistake, and we're like beating ourselves up over it. But yeah, we got to be more loving to ourselves. And it's tough. You just got to remember all the good aspects about yourself. That's a good way to do it. All right. Infinity, you say you feel it. The immediate shift is very important. You can't do anything with how wild things are happening in the world. So why not be calm and make yourself feel better? Beautiful. I love it. Infinity. There's more wisdom. That's another reason to check out Infinity's stream. Twin Flames. She's deep. She has that understanding, and it's amazing. It's true, right? We can't change everything in the world. Like there's this weird notion, typically when you're like 15, 16, you're like, hey, I'm gonna like completely change everything, right? Everything's gonna be changed because of me, right? The whole world I'm gonna end world hunger. I am gonna end everything, right? Now that doesn't mean you can't make change things a little bit, right? But the notion that you're going to be able to completely change everything is like it's pretty maybe foolhardy. Maybe that's too derogatory of a term. I don't know. It's unrealistic, right? It doesn't mean you can't try, but at the end of the day, you want to at least be calm and realize, hey, things are going to be crazy out there in the external world, but at least you can have inner peace and joy within you, and then it's easier to spread that to those around you, right? If you're going to get caught up in all the chaos in the external world, the chance of you being able to be a calm, patient ear for someone who really needs to hear you, or someone who really needs to vent to you is going to be difficult, right? Because you're going to be like caught up in like everything else, right? But if you're in a state like when I'm in a state of pure love and joy and peace, like I am so fucking nice. I'm ridiculous. I will be selfless. I will go out of my way to help everyone, and I feel amazing. When I'm sick and like in a terrible state of being, and I'm like unhealthy and just feeling like garbage, and maybe some bad things, happen during the day, like it's going to be a lot harder for me to be like patient and loving and kind to the people around me, right? Let's see. Noger, you say, to be fair, throwing oneself at Agni is likely the right choice. I don't even know the context. But I love it. It makes me smile. It makes me smile for some reason. All right. That's the thing. Noger is here. All right. Noger is here. By the way, Noger is doing one of the coolest fucking things I've ever seen on Twitch. I've never seen anyone do this. No one else has ever done this. This dude is going on here and he's read like over 300 philosophical journal articles. He just comes in here and he's like, all right. He's like, well, blah, blah, blah. Existential quantifiers are as such, and like, he's just like reading through these, a lot of them are like really dry, technical stuff. There's stuff that I like, stuff that he likes, but it's, the language is like shit, but it needs to be dry because you try to, the whole project of analytic philosophy is try to like get rid of the ambiguity, right? We don't want ambiguity. We don't want vagueness. We want clear, precise, accurate language, right? We don't want any fucking nonsense. When I say X, I want you to know that I mean X. I don't want you to think that I mean not X or Y or something else, right? You go off into the continental philosophy world. They're cool with contradiction. They're like, hey, life is a contradiction. It's okay to have these contradictions and to have more figurative language and whatnot. That's okay. It's part of the human condition. It's part of life. And the analytic philosophy world is like, dude, philosophy is fucking math. Like, you better fucking learn the language. All right, but anyways, check out Noger. Drop him a follow. Joker, you said people in Alaska have deers running into their cars. People in Chicago have prostitutes run into their cars. It's true. Or they just no. She didn't run into my car though. She just threw herself on my windshield. So it was weird because I was at the stop sign. I had just started going, and then she's like on my windshield, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I didn't know what to do. So I'm first like, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? And she was just drunk. She was just fucking hammered. She's just like drunk as fuck. And then she started laughing. And then I'm like, can you get off my fucking hood? And she's just laughing. She's like, she thinks it's like the funniest fucking thing on the planet that she's just like sprawled out on my fucking windshield, like laughing up a storm, drunk as fuck, right? So then I'm like, what the fuck do I do here? Like, what do you do in a situation like that? This was like, this was like a long time ago, right? So I didn't know what to fucking do. So I just started fucking blasting my horn. And then eventually, I don't think she liked it because she was like, like every time I did the horn, she was like, So she didn't like that. And then eventually, like, I did it enough that she like got up and fucking and was like, she said, that's what she said to me. She looks at me then and she's like, you're no fun. You're no fun. And then she walked away. Like, am I supposed to be fun? First of all, you threw yourself on my fucking hood. You're like laying on my windshield. Like what the fuck? Like, I'm no fun. I'm the one that's no fun. Don't tell me I'm no fun. Like you're like laying on my fucking windshield. Like, how can I be in a fun mood? That's not the time to be in a fun mood. That's a time to like look over and see the fucking dudes that are like eyeing up the situation, that are like ready to fucking shoot me in the face because they think I'm like fucking with their woman or something. Like, it wasn't a matter about being fun. It's a matter of like not getting my car dented and like her fucking lipstick on my fucking windshield. All right, where the fuck are we at? What happened here? Aristotle, longest stream, maybe 4 or 5 hours. Yeah. The longest stream I did was recently. I did like it was close to like 5 hours, maybe like a 4.5 hour stream, and that was a lot for me, man. That was really a lot. Like, I feel like you have better stamina though, because you're used to being up in front of like classes teaching. Like, you go to conferences and you're like up there and you're hobnobbing with David Chalmers and all the big philosophy names. You're hanging out with David Lewis, in your spare time and shit, man. You're doing your stuff, man. All right. Kari, you say, LL, it is a 6:35 right now. You don't think you can sleep? You're up to 6. That's late. That's really, early. That's really early. Yes. You got like the sun up. You got the sun up and stuff, and you're like trying to go to sleep. I've got my room pretty much blacked out. Like when no matter what happens, I don't care if the fucking sun is like directly in front of my window. Like there's like no light that can permeate, or if there is, it's just like a little bit in the bottom right hand corner. There's like a little bit of light that can come through sometimes. But I was going through a stretch of time like about 2 years ago where I couldn't fucking sleep, and it was just driving me mad. So I put up like a ton of fucking blackout layers going over the window, and like it did the trick. One doesn't work though. Everyone's like, oh, just put up with a blackout fucking thing, but one didn't work. But if you put up like 3 and then like some blankets on top of it, that shit will work. All right, let's see. Iwakanza. You have been finding it difficult to find the inner happiness I talk about. You find that you lack the necessary social relationship, like deeper connections. Okay, that's tough. That's really tough. I mean, that's not uncommon. I will say that first of all. I will say that's totally not uncommon. The main thing to do is just to try to slow down when you get in a state where you feel like where you're not feeling that inner happiness and inner peace, and just really try to go within, right? Try to explore the space within. And I'm not talking about necessarily even in the mind. I'm talking about trying to quiet the mind such that you're focusing on the breath. And that's like in beginner meditation, and actually all meditation, the breath is always key. The breath is always the most foundational component of the meditation, because once you have a slow, regular breath count, then you can really calm your body down. I think you even start producing different types of brain waves. Like once you get into like deep meditative states. I think it's delta waves. I don't know if someone else knows that, but I think it's delta waves. But anyways, they're supposedly like waves that are good for like peace and relaxation. But when you slow down, like when you're in the external world and you're moving along real quick. Hold on, like let me slow down, by the way. I need to slow down. Look at this. I'm talking about slowing down, and I'm not even slowing down. Like, am I being a good teacher? Am I being a good guide right now? All right. Let me try to actually like get to like a reasonable, intensity level, a reasonable level of being, right? And now I don't even remember what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, but basically, yeah, you just want to slow down. You want to slow down and just try to calm yourself. And then when you do that, like, you won't have as much chatter in your mind. That's the main thing. That's the point I was trying to make. Once you get in the flow of taking slow, deep inhales, paired with slow, deep exhales, you'll start settling down. And through consistent practice, one day eventually you'll be able to quiet your mind for, I don't know, like a split second. That's how it was for me. Initially my mind was chatter. And then during meditation, all of a sudden it was like, hey, for a split second, I was able to have a quiet mind. That was cool. And then, I kept meditating, and then it was like, hey, for a full second, I was able to have it such that my mind was perfectly clear. That was awesome. And then it was like, hey, for 2 seconds, I could quiet my mind such that my mind was able to calm down so that I could be at peace. Because my theory is that the mind and the constant chatter that accompanies it is what distracts us from the peace and love within us. So if you're a person, and I want to try to say your name correctly again, Iwakansa. If you're a person that thinks a lot, that has a lot of chatter in your mind, that you're constantly like thinking about, oh, I should or shouldn't have done this, or you're constantly thinking about things in the future, and you have a lot of planning thoughts of things you have to do and things like that, then according to my thesis, it's going to be very difficult for you to find peace, because your mind is constantly distracting you from the true peace that exists within the heart chakra, within the core of your being. So that's my theory on the subject. And there's philosophies and religions that believe the same thing. That it's not uncommon. Now I'm not going to say it's capital T truth. I'm not going to say, hey, I know for sure this is the case. You need to believe this. You need to believe what I'm selling, because that's not what I'm going to do. That's not how I am. That's not what I believe is the correct approach to talking philosophy and talking spirituality with people. I think you can express your ideas. And so I'll express my ideas. I'll tell you what's worked for me. And I'll say, you can believe them, or you cannot believe them, right? I don't know for certain. I don't have any way that I can show using a logically deductive argument, to show like an ontological proof for the existence of God, or like I can't show you with empirical evidence. Hey, there is a spiritual essence, within us, and here's why, and here's how, and I can't give you any of that. All I can say is that when I have experienced those moments of clarity where I feel connected to the pure love and oneness within me, those are the best moments that I've ever had in my life. It's like the feeling of, holy shit, I've been wandering around for fucking years, like maybe homeless or like a transient, just wandering around like what the fuck? My life is just, I never have any peace. I never have any joy. I'm just going from one town to the next. Like when the fuck am I going to be able to relax? And then you feel that peace and love within, and you're like, holy shit, that's right. I remember now. I remember this place. You come back there to that place of peace and love, and then you remember. It's like a song that you haven't heard in 20 years, and you're like, hey, I remember this song when I was a kid. I remember this song. Yeah, that's right. This is, and then it's like you're like, hey, this is truth. This is capital T truth. This is that place of love and joy within me, right? I forgot about this place. I've been so distracted by everything the marketers have been trying to sell me, everything, all the politics and all the ego games and all the drama in the world and all the news and all the clickbait and all those things. I constantly have attachments to everything in the external world. But I've been distracted from the fact that I always have this peace and love in my heart, and that I can go there whenever I want. That's the key. All right, Joker, you say, LOL. People in Alaska have deers running into their cars. People in Chicago have prostitutes running their cars. Yeah, only in America. Only in America. Come to America. By the way, those of you who are not from America, I know, Kyrie, you're not from America. Anyone out there who's not from America, come to America. You might have a prostitute throw herself on your windshield. More importantly, come to Chicago, and that's more likely to happen. All right. Iwakanza. You say same. The worst perfectionist ever. Dude, you can relate to that one question thing. Yeah, it's terrible being I am a super perfectionist. I'm so bad. I would get 99 correct and one wrong, out of 100 points, 99 out of 100. This bothered me all the way through I don't know, eighth grade. It was a mess. I mean, I got better at dealing with it, but I would still get so fucking angry if I got a 99. I needed that 100%. I needed that that perfect. It didn't even an A+ wasn't even good enough for me unless it was a perfect. It was crazy. It was crazy thinking. And then I realized one day why am I stressing so much about this? What? This doesn't make sense. An A+ is an A+. It doesn't matter if it's a 100% or a 98. It's still the fucking same thing. It doesn't even matter. And then I started thinking, wait a minute, does any of this shit matter? And then I really started fucking around. All right, Aristotle, you say, which will make you happier, rooting for the Cubs or White Sox? All right, we're going to bring baseball to it. I will say this. For my whole life, I was raised a Cubs fan. From my earliest memories, I was raised a Cubs fan. I've been a Cubs fan my whole fucking life. I barely watch any baseball now, but I'm happy for them if they win. But which will make you happier? I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of factors that go into that. For instance, if you're okay with everything's different. That question would have been a lot more interesting if it wasn't for the Cubs winning the World Series. In the last 10 years, right? 10 years ago or whatever, right? If they hadn't won the World, if they had actually not 10 years ago, was that 8 years ago? If they hadn't won the World Series, it wouldn't be, it would be a much more interesting question, because the idea behind the Cubs is that the Cubs were the perennial losers. They would always lose, but we had amazing times. You'd hang out in the bleachers. I remember being a 14-year-old kid, and I'm sitting in the fucking bleachers, right? I'm a 14-year-old kid, and there are these two beautiful women in bikinis sitting behind me, and I have my shirt off, and they're just sitting in bikinis, and they're probably I don't know, 19, 20 years old, right? And they're just and one of the girls hey, you're gonna get burnt if I don't put sunblock on. And I was like, I don't have any sunblock. And she's like, here, I have some. Let me put it on you. And she starts massaging, not just putting the sunblock on my shoulders and back. She starts giving me a massage. I'm fucking 14 years old, and this is like a 20-year-old supermodel. And she's like in a bikini. I'm fucking at Wrigley Field. Like, I was not expecting this. I was not, like, I didn't give a fuck what was going on at the field. Like, a ball could have been coming to my face, and it would have just hit me. It would have just hit me in the face. I was like paralyzed. I was like, I couldn't believe what was happening. And her friend like was like loving it, and they were drunk and just having fun. Like, so hanging out at Wrigley and being a Cubs fan is a great time. I mean, it's a fucking party. It's a party, right? But then I'll also say, are you going to win as many World Series? Is your team going to be as good right now? No, absolutely not. I mean, you're gonna lose a lot, but it's definitely fun. All right, let's see, where are we at here? Joker, you say best why I've overcome not being happy was to embrace the world for what it is. You've learned to embrace the suck and improve yourself. Yeah. I mean, and I think that's about all we can do at the end of the day, right? I mean, the name of this channel is Evolve Yourself TV. It literally is Evolve Yourself TV, right? What's the point of this channel? I want to help people evolve themselves. I'm working to fucking improve myself. Everything I do is, I think about, okay, is this going to help? Is this going to help improve me? Is this going to make me a healthier person on a physical, mental, and emotional level? Is this going to help me be nicer and kinder to the people around me? Is this going to help me promote more love and compassion, in the world? Is it going to do those things, or is it not going to do any of those things, right? If it's not going to do any of those things, then fuck it. I don't even want it usually, right? Unless I'm like in a really shitty state of being, right? But yeah, I like that comment. Let's see, where are we at here? Herbert, you say, LOL, she got you. Yeah, I don't even know the context, so I can't say anything about that. Okay, okay. Aristotle, you say, Noger for real hangs with those guys? Not you only hang with Lala. What, Noger's hanging out with Chalmers? I got to see Chalmers when he came to Fermilab outside of Chicago, and he was actually presenting in front of a bunch of physicists. I got to meet Chalmers and hang out with him. That was pretty, not hang out with him, but I got to shake his hand. That was kind of cool, right? But like, yeah, I don't get to hang out with those guys. I mean, if you're hanging out with David Lewis, dude, like, dude, you gotta bring him on Twitch. You should bring David Lewis on Twitch. No one could believe their fucking shit. Everyone would lose their shit, right? If you brought David Lewis on Twitch, like, that would be like awesome. Like bringing like a dude like that, like to the Twitch scene. Like, I don't know if what he would think of the Twitch chat though. Do you think Aristotle, what do you think David Lewis would think of the Twitch chat? Noger, you say you don't really hang out with them, but you have spoken with Chalmers twice, maybe 3 times. Cool. Yeah, he's a cool dude. And another cool thing about Chalmers is that people don't realize first of all, he at least was in a band. I'm not sure if he still is in a band for a long period of time, but he was like a guitarist in a fucking band, right? That's kind of cool for like an analytic philosopher to be a guitarist in a band. That's kind of rare. And he spent a long time before he went to Oxford. I think he was like backpacking across like Europe and like just fucking like being like a hippie and just like, fucking partying and just traveling around like the countryside like for a long period of time before he went to the Oxford route. So it's like this guy's like, okay, he's like gonna like travel around and like hang out on the streets of like fucking like Paris and shit and just like do whatever the fuck he wants and like party it up, and then he's gonna like become an Oxford philosophy dude. Like, that's pretty badass, man. All right, Herbert, you say, Wild Bro, what kind of meditation technique were you doing? I'm not sure when you're referring to. I've done all sorts of meditation techniques, but just slowing your breath is amazing. Okay, I got to stretch out. JT Redeem stretch. Now here's the thing, and this is the case. This is the case. These pants that I'm wearing are shredded in a crazy area, so I can't like stretch. I always like to wear these pants when I stream, but I can't like stretch. Like, I can't turn around too much because like I'll get banned from Twitch. But it's just good to like stretch out your body. Just little movements like this. They can really help you out. You just do just some like general stretching. You just move around a little bit, and then you can start kind of like feeling some movements that just feel really natural, right? And you just make those, and you feel good, and you feel healthy. Just a little bit. Like, you just do that like every half an hour. Just get up and do a little stretching every 20 minutes, whatever, right? Let's see. Herbert, you say there should be a channel redemption to refill water bottle. Yeah, I mean, This is almost empty again. We've almost gone through this thing a fucking again. Like I gotta take it easy. I have a lot of lime in here too. So I'm big into putting lime and lemon in your water, and I believe that if you don't put lime and lemon in your water, I mean you might as well be the fucking Antichrist as far as I'm concerned. No, actually, I'm just kidding about that. But I do think that lime and lemon in the water is great, man. Just one of those, just a little bit, a hint. I'm not talking overpowering it. You don't want to put a whole fucking lime in there, but just cut off a slice, put a little lime in your water. All right. Let's see. Aristotle, you said you also would have been paralyzed. Like, what did I miss in chat? I don't know what's going on. Things are getting intense. All right, things are getting really intense. Herbert, you say a chess puzzle game makes you angry. Yeah, when I do Puzzle Rush, I get really intense. You have to be intense though when you do it. And same thing when you're playing. When you're playing a game, you gotta be intense. There are some dudes, but it's rare. But there are some chess players that can play and just be like real chilled and laid back. Like Anish Giri, he's one of the top chess players in the world. He's just like a really nice. He's just like a really nice guy. He's not like super intense, but like. Usually like the best players are the most intense. David Lewis is one of the most profound analytic philosophers, contemporary analytic philosophers. He's the dude that came up with possible world semantics. So he's or promoted at least to make it as huge as it is. You can't read anything. You can't read anything in philosophy now without possible world this, possible world that, right? And he came up with that with possible world semantics, and he's talking about all that shit. So like from my understanding, he's like the big dog. He's like the king of the fucking jungle. Valpo, you say Lewis would probably think chat proved trans world depravity. Oh, he's deceased now? When did he fucking die? Dude, hold on a second. David Lewis is dead? What the fuck? He's dead? What the fuck? He died in 2001. I thought the guy was still alive this whole time. I thought the dude was still alive. Okay, well, his work is still alive, right? I mean, his work is still relevant. I can't believe the dude is dead. 2001, that's like fucking 21 years ago. Well, I learned something new today. All right, David Lewis is actually dead. All right, well, I shouldn't be talking about him like he's, well, hang out with David Lewis. Everyone will dude, we should get his corpse. I should get his fucking corpse and bring it in here and just have me sit next to David Lewis. We'll have the casket. We'll have the casket right here, and that will be like the highlight. Like at exactly 2 hours, I will fucking open up the casket, and it'll be David Lewis, and I'll be like, surprise, and he'll be wearing a shirt that says "Evolve Yourself TV." It would be like the best content ever. I mean, can you imagine any content that would be better than that? No, but to be serious, like he's like an amazing analytic philosopher. All right. Let's see. To be fair, there is a non-trivial chance that you could get Saul Kripke, though. Really? Kripke, man. Philosophy. He's one of the philosophy of language dudes. He's no joke, dude. That Kripke. I never could understand his stuff though. Like it was always just philosophy of language. It was an area that was a little too much for me. All right. Herbert, you say you like them in their water too, but you're too lazy to cut the slices. Yeah, I mean, that's just how it goes. That's how it goes. Like you gotta have. I literally keep the cutting board out. I keep a cutting board out there with the fucking knife right next to it, right next to the limes. Like it's on my counter at all times now. So I just go in there. I got the big zero water purifier right there, and then I got the limes. I'm cutting up the limes. I'm doing it good, right? Okay, Herbert, Valpo, you say sorry to bear bad news. Hey, I am so happy that you told me, man. Like, I'd be still like for the last for I don't know how long I've been thinking David Lewis was still alive. Like, why the fuck was I thinking this guy was still alive? I'm grateful that I know now. Get his corpse from the witch world worked. Yeah, bring his corpse back to life. Valpo, you say David Lewis's students are doing well though. L.A. Paul is one of your favorite contemporary philosophers. Cool, cool. I'm glad they're doing well. I mean, Lewis was brilliant. You know, I mean, I couldn't take a class. I couldn't take a class without reading something from Lewis. You know, and it's like if this guy's going to be mentioned that much, he obviously is like a fucking main player in philosophy at least in analytic philosophy, right? You probably wouldn't hear his name much, like if you were in a class on Heidegger or something like that, though. Aristotle, you say, okay, you're going to get some sleep. Have a good night. Hey, you have a good night too. And thanks again for the raid. Much appreciated. Everyone go check out Aristotle's stream and you will not be disappointed. Drop him a follow. All right, we're ready for meditation. I think we're at that time. So I always start out really intense to show what kind of energy is going on in the external world. That world has a vibration very differently than the internal world. In order to keep our sanity, but still live in the external world, we can use meditation as a tool. Find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the ground in lotus pose. You can sit cross-legged, or you can sit in a chair. The main thing is to find a position that is comfortable for you. Once you've found that position, gently close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths on your own. Inhale through your nose, gently raising your belly. Exhale through your mouth, gently lowering your belly. Breathe in through your nose, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out through your mouth, slowly lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath count. Inhale, raising your belly. Exhale, lowering your belly. Breathe in, raising your abdomen. Breathe out, lowering your abdomen. Stay focused on your breath count. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. The breath calms the body, and the body calms the mind. Be mindful of your breath count. Visualize yourself sitting on the tallest mountain peak. Watching the clouds float through the sky beneath you. Two clouds come together, merging as one. And one cloud stretches apart, dividing into two. These clouds move through the sky, eventually disappearing over the horizon. These clouds are like your thoughts. Thoughts come into being, exist for a while in conscious awareness, and then disappear from your mind. That is the nature of human thought. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that does not serve you well. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all that is of no benefit. Stay focused on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your awareness to your breath count. Inhale. Exhale, allowing yourself to feel the peace within. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which would hinder your sight. Stay focused on your breath count. Your essence is love. Your love is manifested as light. Your purpose is to shine your light on others. Awakening the inner light within them. So that they may shine their light on all whom they encounter. Until all of humanity is glowing radiantly as one once again. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which obscures your third eye's sight. Stay focused on your breath. When thoughts arise in your mind, picture them as clouds moving through the sky before disappearing over the horizon. And return your focus to your breath count. On your next breath, travel down beneath the level of conscious awareness. Go to the region of your heart chakra. Feel the love that emanates from this location. Along with the perfect peace that accompanies this love. Feel the warmth which surrounds this love. And the joy that is present here. This place has been given to you for eternity. This place is your eternal home. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all that is of no benefit to you. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all ego which would hinder your evolution. Stay focused on your breath count. When thoughts arise in your mind, visualize them as clouds floating through the sky, eventually disappearing from your mind. And return your focus to your breath. On your next breath, travel all the way down to the center of your being. Go to your center point. Feeling the love here which emanates from the source of creation. And the perfect peace which accompanies this love. And the overwhelming joy blossoming in this place. And the perfect oneness that resides here. In this place, you remember the eternal song. The frequency of the divine embrace. Focus again on your center point. Being cognizant of the glowing light radiating from it. Staring into that perfect light. And when you're ready, travel through. I'll see you on the other side. Here, at your center point, you remember your true identity. At your center, you remember how you came to be. Here, at your center point, you recall your divine purpose. To spread love and light to all those whom you encounter. Here, at your center point, you experience eternal oneness. Being connected with all of creation. Your eternal essence being love, extending everywhere all at once. Here, you are perfection. Here, you are joy. Here, you are peace. At this place, you are divine. Ego cannot enter this location. Because ego can only function in space-time. And you are an eternal, unlimited being that knows of no boundaries. Spreading your love and light to everyone and everything. You are perfection. Inhale, gently raising your belly. Exhale, releasing all stress and tension from the body. Breathe in, slowly raising your abdomen. Breathe out, releasing all stress and tension from your mind. Inhale. Exhale, releasing all existential angst from your being. Breathe in. Breathe out, releasing all fear and worry from your mind. gently open your eyes and return to the present moment, bringing with you the peace from this meditation throughout the remainder of your lives. Namaste. I am so grateful that you shared this sacred space with me. And I am honored and humbled to be here as your meditation guide. I hope you feel more peace, love, and abundance in your lives. The key to doing so is by allowing yourself to have those things. You are worthy of divine love and light, and I am grateful to have shared this experience with you. Thank you for working to evolve yourself. All right. How was that for everyone? Personally, for me, that was a deep meditation. I felt like we got to the heart of matters. We got to what's really important. We got to that place within us, that place of pure love and light, that place of pure oneness, the place of monism, where opposites cannot enter, where boundaries and divisions cannot occur, where concepts cannot enter, because we were in that state of pure being, of pure oneness. So thank you. JT, excellent. You enjoyed it. I'm happy for that. I'm happy you got something out of this meditation, JT. And I appreciate you. I love you unconditionally. Everything you do is amazing. Not just your moderation skills. Also your fire poetry and just you as a being. Herbert, you say stay focused on your breath, God damn it. Yeah, right? Even I got to work on that, man. It's tough. It's really tough. But we got to do it. It's so funny. We get distracted everywhere in the world, by X, by Y, by Z. All these things are constantly vying for our distraction. The whole human experience is just us wandering around in a state of perfection and pure love and light, with clickbait popping up all around us, everywhere around us. Clickbait, ego drama. Click this headline, get pulled into this, attack this person, do whatever, do some other ego related thing, right? And that's not real. None of that stuff has solid ontological footing. It doesn't exist from the context of eternity. It's simply a spatial temporal dualistic construct. It's an idea. It's like the idea of what would happen if something could exist that can't exist, right? If we're this, picture us as this all-powerful creator, right? And we're just like, hey, what if we created something that couldn't be? What would that be like? And then you get this contradiction that arises. And this contradiction that arises out of, and as soon as the contradiction arises, space-time arises. And then the ego's there, right? The ego mind is there. And the ego is telling you that you're not perfect, that you're not pure love, that you're not oneness. It's basically the negation. It's the negation of all that is, right? And it's telling you these things, but its ontological footing is real shaky, and its structure is just crumbling on a toothpick foundation. And if you really peer inside and look at what it's all based on, you'll find nothing but insanity. It's just a contradiction. At least that's what I believe. That's my personal belief. You can choose to believe whatever you want. That's my metaphysics. Herbert, you say, bro, you know perfectly well you're too stoned to follow all that. I'm just happy that you're here, man. You show up a lot, actually. You come in and you engage, you're here, and you're part of the community. You are a welcome. Like, I smile now when I see you, man. When I see you enter the chat, I smile, man. And it's just good that you're here, friend. It's good that you're here. All right. Well, it is 12:42 a.m. I have been streaming 2 hours and 15 minutes. I think we're gonna do some rest, JT. I was feeling a little pressure to go into chakra balancing. To go into the chakra balancing today, because I've been doing that every stream, but I don't want to today. I do want to say something though. I do want to show this picture though, just because it's great, because I got to try it out. So group work, rolling. What you do is you have some people lay down, they all just like lay down in a line, and you just roll your body over those people. Like, you roll your body over those people. And I got to try this out yesterday. First time in 10 years. I did this 10 years ago or something when I was working on the chakra balancing, when I was in the chakra balancing group. And it's a weird feeling to like roll over a bunch of people. Like, when's the last time you've done that? I only got to try it out with one person though, right? It's got to be a real good friend to be able to like try that out with. You can't like just go up to some stranger and be like, hey, it's time for me to roll over you, and then you can roll over me. Like, you don't see that happening. Like, if you go to downtown Chicago, you're not walking down like Jackson. You're not walking down Jackson Boulevard and like seeing people like laying down in the street with people rolling over them. It's not typically what happens in life. But I got to try it out again yesterday, and it was really good. It was fun. So yeah, everyone, roll over some people if you can. And if they ask, why you're doing it, just tell them that you have to do it. It's part of your chakra balancing practice. All right. Okay, let's see who's out there. Hey, Soma Green. Soma Green is streaming. I haven't given her a raid in a while. I haven't given Soma a raid in a while. Let's go her way. All right. Let me do my raid call. I'll type this in chat, and you can copy and paste this. Soma's cool. She does she does meditations on Sundays, I believe, and she does, I think, yoga another day, and she does like video games one day. She's like a total variety streamer. But she's really chilled, really relaxed, and she's in the scene. She's cool with me, so she should be cool with all you. So here's what I got right here. Everyone copy and paste this, and we're going to give Soma Green a raid. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you all unconditionally, and I truly hope that you feel more peace and love in your lives. And I just hope that you get everything that you want out of life, because that's what I want. I want everyone to get what they want and things that are going to make them happy. You all deserve it. So thank you all so much again. Be good to the people around you, and just be a caring individual. Namaste.